What's up, everybody? Got another episode coming at you from CryptoSteve. Today is February 2nd, 2018. Today I'm going to be talking about Crypterra, some of the difficulties they have had over the last week with their platform, and changes that they have made. I'm going to be talking about that and a little bit about the markets coming up right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Today is a red day. It's a down day for us invested in the crypto market. But if you're not invested in the crypto market yet, today's a sales day. Everything's off. Look at this. Prices slashed across the board. We got 12% off Ethereum. What's this? 30% off Bitcoin since it's down to 7,000 from 11? It's just sale right now for those who have not invested in the market. But those who have, they're like, freaking out. What do I do? Well, if you are already invested in the market and you don't have a cash reserve to buy some more while the market is down, hold. Just hodl. Seriously, like this is just a dip. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's not crashing to the ground. It's just going to have to wait out until Bitcoin rises back up and then you'll be okay. Just hold. Because this is just a short dip on a long road. And a month from now, you're going to be looking at something totally different. So if you're holding the bags, just keep holding. Don't do anything else. If you get some money that is just sitting around on a USD wallet, maybe good time to buy some. One of the strategies that I had was I saw Bitcoin was going down. I was anticipating this market going down even further due to the fact that I was reading can't remember the name of the person who did it, but it was an article on Investopedia in December talking about Bitcoin could hit 8.5K in February. And this is from a financial analyst who's been following cryptocurrencies for like over 4 years. And it made a really good point that, if we want to see a proper correction to the Bitcoin price, we're going to see it dip down pretty low before it gets back up to where it's supposed to be. And he was predicting 8.5K to be that range. And we saw that in the last 24 hours. And so I was not freaking out. I was like, this is expected. And as I saw Bitcoin go below the $10,000 line, because it was being very resistant to that line, I was like, all right, it's starting to go down. I should need to move my coins around so I don't lose a lot of value. Because that's what happened a few weeks ago when the market started dipping, is I didn't set limits in my stocks because I wanted to hold on to them for the long term. I wasn't looking to just make a short profit. This is a long-term gain. But for your long-term gains, you can still short some of your coins. And by doing that, what you do is you see the market's going down, you sell out of your coins and you put it into a token that actually is going up, or at least maintaining its value. It's not getting affected by all the downward trends. And so I usually would put my coins into Bitcoin because that's where we store our value in cryptocurrencies. The gold standard is Bitcoin. But Bitcoin was going down, so that wasn't an option. So what's my exit option here? So I quickly was looking at the markets to see what coins were actually doing well. And there wasn't quite a lot. There was only like 4 or 5 coins. And I just wanted to quickly at the time, because I saw things were going down, jump into something that I was familiar with. I saw this new coin, DGD, and I didn't really know what the heck that was, but I'm like, that's up 20%? That's interesting. But I saw Zcash right below it. It was rising. It was like 5-6% when I got in. So I transferred everything I had into Zcash just in hopes that it would hold on to its price. I didn't care if it went up. I just cared if it went down. I didn't want it to go down. And so that worked well. And then this morning I saw that we hit the bottom and we're starting to kind of get out of it. And I was like, now seems like a good time to buy back into the altcoins that I had invested in originally. So I sold all the Zcash and I got back into the projects that I trust and I believe in, like Neo and ICX and Ethos. I could go on, but you get my point. And so I've reinvested it back in, and I was looking at my dollar balance in my Binance account, and I was like $5-7 under where I was before I transferred all my money into Zcash. And I was like, damn it. Well, at least I didn't lose much more than $5 or $7. I can shrug that off. And then I looked at my balance on my wallets and I was like, wait a second, these numbers of coins that I own are way up. Like I think I had a couple hundred PO because I only had $200 in my trading because I'm not really messing around with trading. I'm still learning it and I don't feel comfortable throwing an extra 0 onto that 200 yet. And so I'm just playing around with some small numbers because I'd rather lose 200 instead of 2,000. And so I was just trying to figure out how to play the market when it's going down. I want to keep my value. And so I realized that, hey, I got like twice as many coins now, even though it's worth the same value. So the market's kind of hit a bottom. Altcoins follow Bitcoin's lead because Bitcoin is what, floats the tide around here. If Bitcoin goes down, so do all the altcoins. And so not only did I make a good decision in moving my cash into something that was stable while the market was going down, I also made a good move of buying back the investments that I had originally, but when I did it, these prices were a lot lower, which meant I actually get more tokens at the end of the day. So I may not have increased my USD wallet value, but I did increase the amount of tokens that I hold in these different currencies. So that really made me feel very good about where I was sitting as a position with the market. So I'm still holding a lot of the same tokens that I had 2 days ago, but now I'm holding a lot more. Even though they're not valued more, they will go up in value when the market bounces back, and I will be holding more coins at the end of the day as a result. It's a great strategy I think I'm going to try and use again in the future. But I looked up DGD this morning to check it out and see why was this up like 30-40%. And so if we go over to marketcap.com, you can see over the last, let's just jump it down to 7 days. So let's see here. So on February 1st, it was $236. It was around there on the 31st too. And then we saw the market was going down, but this isn't going down. It's going up. It went up to an all-time high of $445-ish, maybe a little higher because I can't quite get the cursor on there. But it went up in value, crazy. Like I kind of wish I just threw my money into this coin, but I didn't do any research on it. And that's just not a smart thing to do, is to toss your money into something you haven't done your research on. I know about Zcash, understood it pretty well. I felt like that was a better option at the time, but hindsight's always 20. Looking back, I actually probably could have increased not only the amount of tokens I was holding in my altcoins, I've also probably could have increased the dollar value, because this was going up while everything was going down. And I'm like, what's so special about this? So let's go check out their website. And so here we have a new digital currency called digix, I believe is how you pronounce it. That's being backed by gold. I like this a lot better than Tether. So think about Tether, but instead of backing it by a fiat currency, which we're trying to get away from with crypto, right? Aren't we trying to get away from these non-backed fiats? And so I really like the idea of this cryptocurrency being backed by gold bullion. And if you look on their website and check it out, you know, they're talking about their distributed ledger, and really they're talking about some really smart things they're doing with their coin. But the big selling point for me is the fact that this is backed by a commodity that we've been using for hundreds of years and people can trust it. And so this commodity does not fluctuate very well. So I'm going to be looking more into this project in future videos and talking about not only their DGD coin, but they're also working on a silver-backed coin that's going to come out soon. So I'll be doing a separate video on this, talking more about it, and I'll probably park my money when the next dip happens into DGD, just because it survived this downward bear trend that we've had over the last few days by going up. So it's great to know what strategy you're going to utilize when the market starts going down overall. When we start getting into a bear market, you want to know about strategies that you can put in place to protect your portfolio. And so this looks like it'd be a great place to park your funds when we start seeing the market go down. And so if the market's going down, that's not backed by anything, which is pretty much 99% of the coins out there, but this is backed by commodities that we know and trust, like gold and silver, then we can park our money here and trust that it's not going to go down in USD dollar value anymore. And so hopefully this will keep our monetary value of our portfolio stable while the market's going down, and when we feel it's a good time to jump back in, we can sell out of DGD and then put money back into those coin projects that we believe in for the long term. And when we do that, hopefully we'll be holding on to more coins at the end of the day. So let's talk about Crypterra. Alrighty, let's pull up their website here and see what happens. Refuse to connect. Great. What the hell's going on, Crypterra? Can't you get your stuff together? I get it. You guys are probably just 4 people trying to run a data center and get the website up and running, and there's just too much work to be done and not enough manpower on your team because you're a small company and getting started. Totally get that. And that's okay. But please, please be more communicative about what you are doing to us users. We don't know what's going on. All we have is what you tell us. And if you're not telling us anything, we're freaking out thinking you're scamming or you're going to exit. As you've surely seen on your Twitter, a lot of people are freaked out whenever your website goes down. Now, I'm an IT guy, I got a lot of system engineering experience, and I kind of understand what was going on. Last week, you were changing out your payment gateway. That's a pretty big part of your infrastructure. And so to change out your payment gateway, that's going to tie into your website, it's going to tie into your ledgers that you're using, and make sure that everything is flowing properly. And you got different APIs between different softwares that are talking to each other, really complicated stuff. And so let us know that you're going under maintenance. Don't tell us stuff like we'll be back in a few hours. Just say you're in maintenance and you don't know how long you will be before you're back up. You can give us an estimate, but don't say a few hours and then wait 24 hours before you tell us some more information. That's just going to freak out your users, and we're not going to trust in you because you're not giving us information when we need it the most. So please, Crypterra, tell us what you're doing beforehand, a couple days even if you can, on Twitter, on your website. Put a little notification up there on the bottom. Let us know what you're doing. I have faith in you guys. I understand you're doing the best you can, but if you can just do a little bit better in your communication, us users are going to trust you better. We're going to have more faith in you, and we're going to not really believe you're scamming out on us. So please take our advice, take my advice, and just do a better job tweeting at us about what's going on with your company. And I know that the website was back up, and I was able to log in, and you guys had some good changes on the platform over the last couple of weeks. The site was down for a few days while you swapped out your payment gateway, and that was like 7 days ago. So Monday, the 5th of February, I'll be able to test out that gateway, because when you change the gateway, you also added some extra security in. Now, they added security with a PIN, which is better than nothing, but that PIN is just like another password. A lot of people probably use the same PIN across the board, and that PIN can probably easily be guessed by just looking through hacker resources where they've released users' information like usernames, passwords, and popular PINs. So please, if you're listening to this and you're a user, don't use a PIN that you've used before with Crypterra. Use a special PIN, save it in your password wallet, save it in your password manager, whatever you have for managing your password. Just save it there. Keep it nice and complex, so that way if somebody does hack into your account, it's not easy for them to get into the withdrawal system because they can't guess your PIN. So I'm encouraging that you add two-factor authentication from Google to Crypterra's platform. That is really going to up your security in my point of view. And a lot of us are really wanting you to do that. So please, please, please make that a high priority on your to-do list. So I'll test a withdrawal program come Monday. They canceled all the pending withdrawals I had before they made their maintenance. I was going to show you, but obviously the website was down. And they canceled like 3 of the withdrawals that I had with the previous payment gateway, which brought my balance back up to like $400, which was nice to see. And so I'm waiting and hoping that the payment gateway changes that you made worked well. I really appreciate the fact that you put in a security password, but you also added a 10-day withdrawal limit. So what that means is if you change your security PIN, you can't withdraw for another 10 days, which is great because if somebody hacks your account and they go in and change their PIN, if you haven't set it yet, that means they can't just take the money out right away. And the one other thing that I don't recall seeing from you guys is when I change some of this information, I never get an email. So if I'm not checking my account every day, how am I knowing that these changes are going on? So I would ask Crypterra that you would add more notifications about any account changes that happen that get sent to the original email on the account. So that way if somebody does hack our account, we know about it sooner so we can take action to fix the security breach and remediate that issue so it's not an issue anymore. Now, those are the changes that Crypterra has done at their platform. They're an improvement. I like what they're doing. I'm still curious to what exactly that bonus is that they mentioned in their Twitter account, saying that they're going to give out bonuses. And they reiterated that again today. So if you hop over to their account, you'll see that they did make an announcement today. Sorry, there's some technical work going on. We apologize for the inconveniences. And a couple days before, you'll notice that they had an issue with their API connecting and account balances were off as a result. And so they said, hey, the balances are off. Sorry for the confusion, but we are recalculating those and they should be available the next day. And mine went up like $100-something the next day. So what they said was true. And they did notice all users will get a bonus. More info soon. Well, that was on the 6th, and here is the February 2nd. So that's 8 days later. This is a week later. So please, Crypterra, let us know what this bonus is you keep talking about. If you can be better about communicating what you're doing, your users are going to have more faith in you. Other people who are checking you out who aren't quite sure are definitely going to be more trusting of you because you are being open about what is going on. And the reason the website is down today, I was logging in yesterday and I noticed that the SSL certificate was invalid. I looked up and I saw that they had just issued a new SSL certificate, What that is a certificate proving that this website really is who they say they are and that you can trust that they're not there to steal your information. It's kind of becoming the standard on the internet. HTTPS is the new standard and every website should be running on it, but not everyone does. And so I understand when you change an SSL certificate, sometimes you're not thinking about the bigger picture and you could have other systems that are depending on that SSL certificate to run. And so when you change that certificate, you may have to fix other issues with systems down the line. So like maybe their payment gateway was using that certificate to validate that that actually was the right server. And now that you changed that, they no longer have the correct certificate there and that broke their payment gateway. And so there's a lot of things that could happen. I'm just speculating here. I'm not actually saying that's what happened. But I'm sure their website will be back up the next 24 to 48 hours. Not too worried because I really can't do anything with the website to the 5th because I can't take any money out until the withdrawal limit is passed. And I'll do an update video on that because I'm not really going to reinvest anymore until I tested that withdrawal system is working properly. So that's all I got about Crypterra. Hopefully that eases some of your anxiety with the platform and we'll see them come back up here in a couple of days. And I'd love to hear more about what exactly they're going to do as that bonus. That's all I got today, guys. Until the next video, have a good day.